Boston Celtics continued to assert their dominance as they dismantled the Utah Jazz with commanding 121-99 victory, securing their 51st win of the season in emphatic fashion. On the road, in a high-altitude challenge, Boston demonstrated once again why they are one of the most well-rounded and disciplined teams in the league. From defensive tenacity to offensive firepower, this was a textbook performance by a team with championship aspirations. Jrue Holiday. Despite being scoreless in the first half, made his presence felt in the second with clutch plays and relentless hustle, a reflection of the Celtics' depth and resilience. His signature moment? A brilliant interception followed by a perfectly executed give-and-go that exemplified Boston's fluid ball movement and transition efficiency. It was one of those plays that define a player's impact beyond the box score, a hustle-driven, high IQ sequence that sets the tone for a deep postseason run. While the usual stars led the way, Jayson Tatum and Kristaps Porzingis combining for 53 points. This was a true team effort. Even with Jaylen Brown sidelined, the Celtics didn't miss a beat, thanks to contributions from across the roster. Peyton Pritchard, Sam Hauser, and even the unsung Luke Cornett made key plays, reinforcing the narrative that Boston's strength isn't just in its stars, but in its depth. Everybody eats, as Eddie House put it post-game, emphasizing that when the Celtics play as a collective force, they are nearly unstoppable. Utah attempted to mount a comeback in the third quarter, trimming the deficit to just 2 points at 71-69. But as elite teams do, Boston responded immediately with a decisive 13-0 run, shutting the door on any hopes of a Jazz rally. That ability to weather a storm and punch back is what separates true contenders from the rest of the league. Porzingis, in particular, continues to be a game-changer. Since returning from illness, he has seamlessly reintegrated into the lineup, averaging 25 points per game and providing Boston with a unique inside-out threat that few teams can counter. His three-point shooting, 3 of 5 from beyond the arc tonight, forces opposing bigs out of the paint, stretching defenses and creating mismatches all over the floor. Speaking post-game, Porzingis acknowledged the physicality of Utah's approach but remained unfazed, embracing the challenge. "Those are the moments I need to stay locked in," he said. "I know I can draw more reaction, get more fouls, and make an impact in those situations." His composure in high-intensity moments only adds to Boston's confidence heading into the postseason. Defensively, the Celtics suffocated the Jazz, holding them under 100 points while racking up 13 steals, many of them turning into easy transition buckets. The combination of Holiday, White, and Tatum at the perimeter, along with the rim protection of Porzingis, makes this Celtics team an absolute nightmare to score against. It's about execution and consistency, Brian Scalabrine noted. When they lock in like this defensively, it's tough for any team to match up with them. This victory marks an ideal start of Boston's 6-game road trip, reinforcing their mentality of taking care of business against inferior opponents. With just 12 games remaining in the regular season, the focus shifts to fine-tuning the details and maintaining momentum before the playoffs. With Porzingis back in rhythm, Holiday settling into his role, and the supporting cast stepping up, the Celtics appear to be firing on all cylinders. And let's not overlook the continued brilliance of Peyton Pritchard, who exploded for 18 points off the bench after scoring just 3 in the first half. His ability to shift gears and provide a spark off the bench is another testament to the versatility of this roster. As the sixth man of the year conversation heats up, performances like this only strengthen his case. The Celtics now turn their attention to the next stop on their road trip, fully aware that every win inches them closer to securing home court advantage throughout the playoffs. As the postseason looms, one thing is clear: this Boston team is built for the moment. The depth, the defensive intensity, the star power, it's all there. If they continue to execute at this level, Banner 18 might not be just a dream, but an impending reality.